Hello, everybody. This is Alberto from StudioCom. I'm a wine export manager for Asia and Pacific. And together with my friends from Ethica Wines, we have organized this event about extreme wines. Actually, it's almost 1 year since the first webinar that we did. On different topics. And it was the very first one was on the Chinese market. It was mainly addressed to Italian wineries who were we kind of inviting them to keep investing on the Chinese market in the period when China was going out from the lockdown, and in Italy and Europe we were completely locked. So. And then, so we liked it, so we keep doing on other different topics. We did it on natural wines or on Chinese fine wines. That was phenomenal. And then when on market overviews on Japan, on Thailand. But today we're doing this webinar about extreme wines and extreme winemaking. So what I mean for extreme is like making wine in extraordinary environments, or like kind of pushing the boundaries of winemaking to their limits. And we are doing this with three phenomenal winemakers, extreme winemakers. The very first one is Loris Tartaglia. He's a desert winemaker. He started doing desert wine in Argentina, in the Atacama Desert, and then moved to China. So he's working now for Puchang Vineyard in the Gobi Desert. And so definitely desert is extreme, but he will tell us later. And then Diego Valsecchi from Argentina. Valsecchi Wines is the winery, and is producing wine like up on 2,600 meters above sea level. So that's kind of extreme as well. And a.s.l. Kristancic from Movia, Slovenia, is I like to define him like a visionary winemaker, because he's kind of producing futuristic wines by discovering the naturality of winemaking. He will explain to us later a little bit more about this, but it's incredible. So, okay, stop talking. So, first of all, just a few things. If you have like kind of questions, there is the Q&A button on the toolbar. So you can write there. So it's easier for us to understand if you're asking questions and respond and answer soon thereafter. And then now, since our guests are working in extreme environments, as we said, I asked them to like record the video, so it's much easier, like much better quality for the video, for the sound. So we will start the first one with Loris Tartaglia, and I hope you enjoy. Okay.
Ciao, I'm Loris Tartaglia. I'm a winemaker from Italy. I'm here to share my experience with extreme wine, extreme winemaking. I'm starting working in 2000 in France, where I spent some years before leaving and going to Argentina, where I discovered my first extreme wine. I was nearby the Atacama Desert, 1,500 meters up on the sea level, Basically from there I started my career following desertic zone and extreme places who are making wine. Since 2019 I did some experience in Gobi Desert in the Xinjiang region, 100,000 bottles per year. So a very small cellar compared to the other cellars you can find in China at the moment. A very, very, very extreme desert winemaking. So I arrived in Argentina in 2005. I discovered desert wine. What desert wine is? Desert wine is an extreme wine because of temperature, altitude, and desert climate. No rain, so that's good. Hot summer, very, very hot summer, and very, very cold winter. No rain means no chemical. No chemical in the vineyard, no disease in the plant. So what you get from the vine, you have in cellar, pure grape from the desert. After my experience in Argentina, I discovered the Gobi Desert in China, where the situation is a little bit more extreme. Compared to the Atacama Desert, is summer very, very hot. Temperature can get up to 45, 47. I saw 52 degrees one summer in 2017, and very, very, very cold winter. Minus 15, minus 20, minus 25, can get down to minus 30. So a lot of work in the vineyard. All vineyard in the desert has to be worked by hand. So a lot of people need a lot of energy, human energy, a lot of passion, a lot of money too to make wine there. The most interesting thing I found in the desert winemaking is that you have not to use any chemical in vineyard. What you have is pure grape that help a lot in natural winemaking. What you are drinking is the juice from a grape from a place. So basically, in my point of view, you are drinking the place. It's like a holiday. Wine is an adventure. It's just moving this wine and moving this place in a bottle of wine to your home. So what you are doing, what you are drinking that day is the place, because the wine you are drinking respect totally the nature from the place come from. High temperature in the summer and no rain means no disease, but high temperature means there is no fly, there is no insect, there is no water, so there is no place where the fly or the little animal, the little stuff that we have normally in Europe, in US, around the world, New Zealand, they cannot survive. It's like for us going to live in Mars. At the moment, it's not possible.
Parnas with the country.
So what Gobi has different from other place? The desert. So no rain, how the vineyard can live. We have the possibility there in the desert because of the zone. There's mountain nearby. We use the water from mountain. So water is not easy to have, and not always. Vineyard doesn't need a lot of water, but need water. So we use irrigation basically. The only chemical we use in the vineyard is our water coming from a very high altitude mountain. In the Gobi where I'm working, we have vineyard till 1,300, 1,500 meters up on sea level. The temperature between night and day is huge. Night can, during summer, I mean during harvest time, night can get down to 20, 22. Day can get up to 45, even 50. I saw 50 in 2017, so very, very hot. The difference in temperature between night and day, this is scientific, can give you grape with a lot of fruit. And that's very important for your final wine. Irrigation is not by drop, so there is no plastic in vineyard. We are natural, so we don't want anything in the vineyard like plastic stuff that can stay forever. So we use We use wood, water, no chemical, absolutely nothing. We use a channel, very old water channel. The name is Carets or something like that. And we have to wait in March once the mountain snow is melting. The very extreme time for winemaking in the desert zone is winter, especially in China. Why? Because temperatures getting down very, very low, minus 20, minus 25, can get out to minus 30 in some days during the winter. Winter's pretty long, from November to end of February. So that temperature for November, December, January, and February, for 4 months at least. And vineyard cannot grow up at that temperature, so vineyard can have problem. Basically what we do during winter, vineyard by vineyard and absolutely by hand. There's no machine doing that job, so it's a huge job. We take the vineyard and we bury the vineyard under the soil. We put ground on it and we put a little bit of water. That time we have water. This is November. And from November till end of February, beginning of March, we leave the vineyard buried. And then at the beginning of March, middle of March, depend of the season, we take the vineyard out on the sun. So the vineyard can start grow up and then and follow the normal life. That's very extreme. I think the Gobi Desert is one of the only place in the world where people does that kind of job. In other place so cold, basically there's no vineyard. It means that the grapes are completely sane and completely natural, because there is nothing more pure than that. I never seen around the world. I did many experience. I work in New Zealand, South Africa, in US, in Oregon, in California. In my life, I did many experience around the world. I saw a lot of places, a lot of biodynamical places, a lot of natural places I work with. But grapes so clean, I really never found in my life, as I found in the Gobi Desert or in Argentina, in the Atacama Desert. So I'm very happy to make wine there, because it's not easy. It takes a lot of more job, because you have to follow the vineyard plant by plant, because the high temperature, the low temperature, the strong wind is just physical job, is not chemical job. Pure winemaking, in my point of view, is just respect of the grape, respect of the place, no yeast added, no any chemical during fermentation, no any chemical product you can find in the market to adjust your wine, to make your wine better. It's just a clean winemaking style, like what we did centuries ago. Just keep the grapes, squeeze the grape, put in a tank, make it fermenting, and then aging the grape as long as you decide, as the winemaker decide, and go into bottle. Very low sulfite, sometimes no sulfite at all, no filtration at all during harvest. So harvest time, we pick the grapes up. The grape come to the cellar and they are beautiful, they are sane, they are beautiful. It's the grape that tell you, don't touch me, just make wine. People, as I said, has to drink the place, has to be happy drinking the place and dream the place and dream the desert. If you are lucky to have a terroir where the grape is sane, with no rain and no disease and nothing, there's no reason to use a modern winemaking. I'm happy to say that we are using a postmodern winemaking. In that kind of place, I don't touch anything. I really squeeze the grape into the tank and make it fermenting and put in barrel, and then straight from barrel to bottle. In the cellar, when you are not using nothing, there is a lot of job more you have to do. For example, the cellar must be very clean. Any single detail when you're making natural wine from natural grape is very, very important.
Fernando.
Every movement of the wine, every date you choose for going to barrel, rack the barrel, clean the wine, take out lees, must be done at the exactly time. Making natural wine did not chemical, but did a lot of hours of job. Extreme winemaking in extreme terroir is really a postmodern winemaking, because since 10 years ago, nobody was thinking about making commercial wine in a desert place. Extreme wine is a new concept of winemaking that at the moment is is taking place in a lot of other places, a lot of other winemaking, like natural winemaking, biodynamic winemaking, mountain winemaking, under the sea winemaking. I saw people that put the wine under the sea in barrel. Extreme wine in extreme places. For sure, desert is extreme. Why making extreme wine extreme place? Because it's fun. It's like rafting a new river. So we are basically taking our happiness to your home. Cheers.
Good, very good, very nice. Thank you, Loris. It was also fun
My
because
pleasure.
I was behind the video camera. So it was
Alberto
very nice.
Di
Yeah. And you are a postmodernist.
I try. I mean, as I said, this is the place where I love working because I love this style of wine. I think I said postmodern winemaking. I think is good because it's really something something new. And
Yeah, exactly. And no, I like because in some part it's like the old winemakers used to do, but now with the knowledge. So that's why you are postmodern.
Exactly.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. And so with a similar concept, talking about like desert and mountain, and now we go to Argentina, and with Diego Valsecchi, now we will see his video, and then we'll get back to him. Okay.
Hi, mi nombre es Diego Valsecchi from Valsecchi Wines, and we are located in Argentina on the northwest side in the Salta province, little Andean town called Cafayate, where we are making our beautiful wines on our spirit of organic and biodynamic. And I think I don't want to call it slow or a little intervention, because we do a lot of intervention, but not directly into the wines, but in all the area and all the terroir and all the place that we live. So we do work a lot on the vineyard. We do biodynamics, nice compost, and all the biodynamic work. And we try to, of course, not add anything as synthetic or pesticides or anything that can be, that is not belong to the wines. Here we are almost at 2,000 meter high, like medium altitude. We pick grapes from 1,600 meters up to 26,000. Our area is a high desert, not a super cold desert, but we got a lot of altitude. Winters are cold, not super cold, and summers are warm, but not super warm. We got the rainy season through the summer. It's a very beautiful desert where we have actually nice rivers with water, and we have groundwater too, and we do irrigation from the mountain. We have a few glaciers and high peaks close to here, where we get all the irrigation channels and system to irrigate all this beautiful area where we grow our grapes. Right now we are on harvest time. We're on the south hemisphere. We have beautiful grapes. We're about to begin harvesting the red grapes in about 10 days. Now we're fermenting our whites, where we do very nice fermentation, where we don't use any sulfur or copper on the vineyard, and on our reception we don't use any sulfur either. And so we have a beautiful authentic fermentations on the wines. And yeah, this year has been beautiful, so we're looking forward to check our wines. So going back to the area where we are located, we're at We pick grapes from 1600 meters to 2600 meters. Vineyards where we are right now is 1800 meters. We work with a couple more producers where they do organic and biodynamic on the valley, which is actually a technique that's coming back, you know, to not add any pesticides and on the area, but actually it doesn't need it at all. We're in a high altitude, dry climates, and it's a pretty happy place for healthy grow. I'm a winemaker, I'm a viticulture. I put a lot of love into my wines. I really hope I can communicate some of the stuff I make, and I hope you get the chance to try it one day. So I'm very happy to be offered to talk here, you know, for extreme wines. Probably why they choose me is I'm not that extreme, you know. I'm trying just to do it natural wines, which actually is called an extreme today, unfortunately. And it's probably the most natural thing we can do, just to let the grape grow, you know, and the wines ferment, you know, and on his happy atmosphere, you know, without doing much intervention into it. Definitely there is some extreme aspects, you know, where we are located, which is in this high desert where we have actually in the reds, you know, a lot of sugar contency and as we like to wait for the right ripe maturity on the grapes. When we get to that point of these beautiful tannins, definitely want a high sugar and a little higher pH, and that gets probably a little challenge, you know. That maybe will be the extreme part of it, you know. But it's not that extreme, you know. I think the way, you know, of making wine today, as me and many others, you know, we're trying to make natural wines, actually without adding anything. We are They're calling us extreme or weird guys, and I think that we are very natural and pretty authentic, and try to vibe and you know with the wines that we're making, you know, to be on top of it, you know, and working with our hands and staying all the time, you know, following every single fermentation. Okay, here we are on the cellar where all the wines rest. Personally, I love oak cask to age the wines. Definitely, very much to me, it's the oak is a beautiful complement to the wines. Definitely, what we can get after the red wines after 2 years, 3 years, you know, on this area where we have a lot of tannins and very strong wines. It's just amazing, you know, when we get out. Pretty much all my wines, they go through oak, but nothing is over oak, you know. It's just the support for aging and just to have the tannins, you know, be beautiful in your mouth, and when you try the wines, you know, after, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, you know, after the harvest. The style that I like to do is like very little information on the vineyard and on the cellar, and of course, you know, try to get, you know, the much aging as possible on the winery before the wines get bottled, and a few years more on the bottles before the wines get released. And so today we are, you know, we have in the market, you know, some old vintage, you know, from 2004, 2005, 2006, up to the last release we got is 2014, and upcoming soon in 2015 and 16 release. So we really take our time, you know, and we like to age the wine and enjoy that not this such a refreshing wine, you know, quick drinking, you know. So we like to take our time, you know, to make the wines. Salud.
Wow. Very good, very nice. Thank you, Diego. Thank you for being here. Also, you are in a extreme environment. Connection are, you know, sometimes are not so easy there, eh?
No, absolutely not. Thank you so much, Albert, to have me here. And yeah, we are, you know, it's an extreme, but we really get used to it and we love it. And I think we we get in every day a little more compromise and a bigger vibe, you know, with the area and the grapes, you know, that we're growing, and yeah, we try to make it to follow.
And in these days, you are in the harvest period.
Yeah, we are in the harvest period right now. Today we are not picking, but we'll be picking pretty much in the last couple of weeks with the whites, and we'll begin with the reds next week, and we'll go harvest until first week of April. And yeah, we have an amazing year and a very healthy and beautiful tannins. So we're looking forward for these beautiful wines.
Yeah, I have to say that what you have in common with Loris is that you are in a kind of environment where like insects, like the old little animal, as Loris said, does not have much an easy life, right? So that's why when saying it's natural, it's because there is no need of intervention, right?
Yeah, that is we don't need to kill anybody here. And even if someone's affair, we try to make a friendship with them, you know, and try to go through it. And definitely there is other aspects on the high altitude on the deserts, you know, they're sometimes more difficult than just the animals, you know, the little insects. You know, normally we try to work with them and make them our allies, and just go through every year, you know, with a strong relationship to have beautiful grapes.
Right. Same thing as for you, Loris, right?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. We don't kill anybody. We just live together. And
no, it's nice also the fact that since the temperature can go up like 50, like back in the 2017, or extremely low, so you need to work in a way that, like in the winter, you have to bury the vineyard under the soil. That's very nice.
Make natural wine even in a happy place. We are working, me and Diego, is a lot of job. The field need a lot of job. It's a lot of job. A lot easier make. If I can say commercial wine. I mean. Normal wine. If you want to make something pure, something clean, need a lot of energy, need a lot of work.
Exactly.
A lot of understanding also, because it's not easy. I mean, it's not, there is no insect, it's very hot, there is no rain. I mean, it's not easy. We don't touch, but at the base is to arrive and don't touch the grape. There's a lot of job before to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, also I believe Alex, now we're going to see his video, but we will see that there is a work too. And Alex is extreme in a way that he's trying to find out the real, I would say, the real meaning of maturity. Like, you know, because natural means also spontaneous. And as far as I understand, is trying to understand how far it can push to find this spontaneous winemaking. I don't know if I'm correct, Alex, but
yes, you're very close.
Okay, but let's see his video, and he will tell us his own story.
Hello, I'm not a climber, but I'm a farmer, you know. But I want to start our story from here, from the place where you can see which kind of soil we have. Marn, which is stone, and slowly became smaller and smaller stone, and then became a kind of a sand. It's a very poor soil, but But that is the soil which gives you really an honest product. And grapes which are planted where you cannot plant any other thing. Maybe you can plant some cherry or olive trees, but you cannot plant potatoes or other things which needs more fertile soil. And if the plant win this kind of very difficult beginning, then you have a great plant. And then if you have a little bit of luck and a lot of work, after close to 20 years, you have the plant ready. This is Ribolla, our indigenous variety, and we just prune it. You can see that even the grass is difficult for grass to grow in this on this soil. You know, we have a system of 2 plants and with one support. No, in that way we can work with machines between. It's very stupid to use herbicides. From this vineyard, now we go in the cellar where I will show you what came out of this vineyard. I'm a.s.l, and we are in the vineyard which is called Java. It's kind of very special vineyard. You can see it was big work, really. I lose my hairs here when I use this, but today I think that I did a good job. You even never think what is the economical part. But in that way, Movia exists already 200 years. And let's go to the cellar. The cellar is right there. Exactly there. And I can show this. To do the wine, could you imagine, without any milligram of added sulfur? This is a miracle. And we can do that. We could have some of barrels which became vinegar, a little bit expensive vinegar, but very, very tasty, very nice. We are winemakers. We don't want to make that, but you have to accept that if you want to go in that direction. Today I will show you what we tried this year, something a little bit different. In fact, we changed the classic barrel with amphora, but amphora made from the metal. Of course, we cannot call that amphora, but it's very interesting. Why I did that? Because I wanted to try to do that from a material which is really neutral. That material has, of course, a problem of breathing, but until we are on skins, until that time, we really don't have a problem of reduction, because in the skin you have a lot of oxygen, and that's the point. That kind of barrel we can clean with steam. We can clean very easily every wine. From the beginning, needs to have a kind of zero infections, or not infections, but zero influences from other vintages. We cannot change every year the wood and then write on the label bio. Which kind of bio you are if you destroy so many trees, maybe 100 years old trees. We need to respect all in this circle of nature. No, let's go in the cellar and I will show you what I did. This is the tank, and I take a little bit out to, otherwise you cannot open because it's really full. Now we will open the tank and we will see from up down what is inside. Okay, let's see what is inside. These are the seats. No, the seats, of course, they can swim, they can stay up. It's very woody. Look at this. Wow. You see how clear, how clean it is. This is a kind of natural filtration. Ella, we have on the phone one function that I can divide the wine with all the people which... No, we don't have.
Not yet, no.
You have a very bad phone. My new phone will have that. Even for our eyes, this type of clean, this is a smart clean. It's a clean with everything inside. When the nature makes clear wine, doesn't take out any good thing. Now we have the seats on the top. That makes the first protection against any kind of flour, floor, and these things. They have, of course, a lot of tannins. Then we have the wine like this. This is still entire. It's like the fruit, it's like the berry, just without sugar. Also smells very good. We need to wait another month and a half, and then we will take the part which is on the top. It means the clean part of wine, and we need also the sediment. The sediment will protect the wine that could be good and could have a long life without any adding even of sulfites. After that position, we need just to bottle that wine. We will put in the bottle the clear part and the sediment, the lower part. And then you have something like that in the bottle. You see here is a sediment, no? And then you have the clean part. The bottle is 1 liter. This part you need to maintain the wine alive without sulfites. Believe me, if you did it to come on the position that you have the wine without sulfites and you don't have voluntary acidity very high, that the wine is without technical, let's say technical mistake, maybe the wine without sulfur will have longer life, because what we need to close in the bottle is life. Sulfur is not really a friend of the life. For me, that is not anymore an experiment. Actually, if I'm thinking back, even the first time was not an experiment, because I believe it in that. I believe it that if a man had the wine in the history more than 4,000 years, somebody said even more, how he was able to do wine in that time without nothing? Just because wine is something which we discovered, we didn't invent it, and everything what needs from the grape to become wine is already there. We have many ways to do wine, we have many techniques, we have many types of tanks, but one thing is important, that you produce a ripe and natural grape. Next time, I hope that I will serve the wine and that we will make cheers together.
Oh, wow. Unmute. So, Halesh, I would love if you already invented the app on the phone that you can share with us the smell and the taste.
Yes, if Nikola Tesla will still be alive, he will already did that.
You're right, man. So when I say you are extreme winemaker, because you always experiment something.
Yeah.
Every time we talk, you're always doing something new, something, and like you're also doing with the amphora,
yeah. That I am still, now so disappointed that we could not do that this year, but I hope that we will have time. No, but that you have to see that thing. It will be amazing thing,
We will keep that for next time.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm already no. Until the point is, excuse me, the point is that I think, until you have life in your body and you are a winemaker, you are a farmer, it's very, for me, it's very utopistic to think that you have nothing to try anymore. We have still a lot to try, because we are still much far away of that famous hunter or gatherer which discovered the wine. He was really a Jackson. He was really a number one. We are now still a little bit of kids which are working with wine. Until that's the point. This we have to believe. Wine is something which have no bad consequences. Wine has to be is the second most important thing. Water is still on the first place, but wine is on the second. That's
very
the
good.
Thing,
So I believe that Diego and Loris can share your thoughts as well.
Yes.
And so when talking about being extreme, so Alice, can you explain a little bit better what are you experimenting right now?
Yes, do you think that I'm extreme? I'm not extreme. Yeah. Come on, look, I'm in front here, like you. I have we have all how do you say the beard, barba. Yes, and we are all
the difference is huge, man.
Yes, we are all like Diego said, and I think we are all trying on one way. It's very easy today to not do that thing. I think that everybody can do the wine in a way that you have nothing to try, nothing to have a risk, which is just like closely of zero. But that way we know that goes in a direction that even wine becomes an alcoholic beverage. It's not that direction, guys. Direction is on the other side. We have to understand that we are losing wine in that way. We are losing wine,
So I believe that what put you three in common is the complete respect of the whole production cycle, the strong link with the specific terroir, and you are trying to create something which represent the terroir, yourself, your philosophy, everything put in the bottle. So it's
exactly. If it's still my time to speak, it's my time.
Yes,
I can. Look, I think that the point is like that. No, we have one time for always to clear what is wine. If we read any label of any wine of this world, it appears that wine is really a product of grapes. Now, if we are trying to come really very close of that, then we are not extreme. We are just very, very traditional, very like standard. No? Yes or not?
Maybe Diego and Loris can answer this question as well.
Yes, I think what Alex and definitely Loris is, we all on the same boat on the way that we want to make wines, you know, out of healthy grapes, and just try to not add anything else, you know, when we put it into the cellar and let it ferment and let it go and just go, you know, and go with the grapes and the fermentations and the life of the wine, and that's what we want to try to get into the bottle, you know, at the end of the cycle, no? And I think we all respect the environmental, especially, and that is, you know, it's a way of making wine just with grapes, you know, which is definitely challenging at some point. But if you follow that idea, you know, from the vine until you put the cork in, you know, there's a huge chance of making an amazing wine, and very small chance, you know, to make something that is not good, you know. So I think we all trying to walk, you know, that path, you know, of representing this beautiful grape, you know. Definitely the vineyard is one of the biggest key, you know, that they will bring this healthy fruit, you know, into the cellar, and we just need to be with it, you know, and follow and just ferment it, you know. And I think every harvest and every grape and every fermentation has something to teach, and it's where you need to be very awake, you know, to follow and take a decision if you need to take through the way.
Yeah, I think the fun of our job is, as Diego said, that every harvest is different. So every harvest taught you something. So you are basically a kid every September, if you harvest in September or February, South Hemisphere, as Diego does, March, depend where you are. But every harvest is a big deal, and from every harvest you learn something. But the base of the start, I mean, you start from the respect of the terroir where you are, and in consequence the respect of the grape you have. And then is of course, as Alex said, is every September in case of harvest in September is a big risk. I mean, make extreme wine is take risk. The take risk is fun. Otherwise, you go in the other direction, and you do what everybody does. I mean, it's not fun.
Exactly. And you start to be old. You start to be old in that way. We are always young. We always doesn't know what happened. It's like that, no? Yeah. I think that
every harvest we have 1 year. We go back 1 year every harvest. We don't go ahead. We go back.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so I believe that at the end of the day, extreme wine is not that extreme.
No,
because it's a supernatural somehow, and it's pure passion, pure love for what you do, where you are, and you put everything together in the bottle.
I have a question.
This is extreme because maybe there are not so many people doing that.
Yes, I have a question.
Oh, please.
My question is, whatever we are doing, like wine producers, because I say always that we have to make tough, difficult work here. But when I am sitting at the table, or where if when we will have a nice opportunity to have somewhere a nice tasting in a big city, you know, a lot of things to do there. I have to enjoy. I have to be relaxed. You know, it's not the point that there I'm making Jesus Christ. You know, I'm serious. There is too late. You know, I have to be here serious. There I can use a town. I can use people. We can make a party together, because wine is just for that. That's very important. Otherwise, you can have a problem. But my question is, if I produce the wine like that, and if I use the sediment in the bottle to protect him, and to be on the end really without added sulfites, no? And if you like that kind of wine, do you think that I'm asking too much if I leave, Ella, give me a light. If I leave the sediment in the bottle, and I'm asking maybe the people which are serving, if they can, you see the sediment?
Yeah, we see.
Yeah, yes.
It's also in the video, was very clear.
Yes, if they can do the job for me, if they can decant, you know, not just decanting because it's fancy, but decanting is a show. But in this way, in this time, is a show with a reason. It's this too much, or it's okay?
You know, it's part of the storytelling. I mean, when you serve a wine, you are supposed to tell the story of the wine. And in case of your wine, the sediment is strictly related to it, and it's relevant to the explanation of the wine itself. So of course, while serving it, I suppose that sommelier or whoever is serving the wine to the customer
need some attention for sure when you serve it, but
also to explain why the sediment is there is not just when making mistake. Is on the contrary, it serves to guarantee long life to the wine itself.
Yeah, and one thing also, Loris.
Sorry,
Loris, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm here.
Loris, what do you think? What do you think?
I love sediment in bottle. I love sediment because I think exactly what you think when you bottle. If you bottle with a little sediment, I mean, the wine is protected. It is a lot of more. At the end, the wine is better. Same wine, no sediment. With sediment, in my opinion, the wine is better. Then, of course, when you serve it, you have to pay little attention to take this sediment out. You decant it, you can filter. Sometime with my wine, I suggest to the sommelier around the world to filter the wine in the table. So my filtration, I have to say that I don't filter my wine, but the sommelier before serving it, they filter it. This is what they do.
It's better.
What about you, Diego?
It's very nice.
What do you think?
Diego, yes. What do you think?
I think I love the sediment. Would be great if we create a bottle with a racking valve on it.
That's a good idea.
You know, I was thinking many times, you know, Diego, I was thinking to make a kind of that when you put in one under one angle on one side, that you have a kind of wall. And then it will be easy. You can smoke Marlboro, you have a sunglasses, and you decant. No problem.
Racking valve in the bottle is a good idea, Diego. Never think about it. Great idea. Racking valve in the bottle.
Great. But you know,
so I think all the sediment, you know, which is part of the wine, is part of the grape, and definitely on natural wines, is part of the protection. And I'm, you know, as a winemaker, we know, you know, some specific loads, you know, they have a beautiful sediment, and they're really a great idea to bring it into the wine.
Yeah, to leave them in the wine, no?
Yes.
And one important thing, you know, I use a bottle of 1 liter. And you know why? Because I maintained the price of 0.75 and I put in 1 liter. In that way, I wanted to write 0.75 of clear, if you are a sommelier, for example, and the rest is not paid sediment.
For free.
For free, yes, because, you know, the people think that if they don't drink, you can, and I have many people which they just leave the bottle like up, like this, and then they start to drink like that. But I discovered also another thing, that some of them, for example, you have 7, 8 people around the table, and you start to serve. Slowly, you have the first, the second, the third. Every glass is different. At the end, you have much more foggy, like said, not clear. And then you have a table like you have in Asia, you know, that you can turn. Second is nice, and you can, and if you have luck, that on that table.
We need to wait a little bit for that, I have to say, because it's not especially in this period I'm thinking that will be very nice. If you have luck, that around the table you have also somebody like my Vesna, which is coming here, that have also a lipstick, and you get the glass with a lipstick. Hey, that is the best, you know. Come here, say hello. That's
say hello.
Fantastic.
Say hello. Look at my girl. Look at my girl. Ciao. And
ciao,
Riva.
ciao.
Oh, Riva.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, Zach.
Very good. Okay, so we need to close now. Thank you very much. It was amazing to talk to you guys. And thank you, Diego, because you are busy with the harvest, so you use some of your time for us. And
good luck,
thank
Diego.
You, Boris. Thank you, Harris.
Thank you.
And
it was an honor.
Good luck for your business, and hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you, Alberto.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alberto.
I love you all, guys. Bravo.
Natural is the solution.
Be natural.
Be natural.